me see. Oh, Doper.
I like the enthusiasm already.
I made a TikTok last year talking about the game that got announced, had a Kickstarter. It's called Outbound. It is this first-person cozy game where you live a life in a van. You know, you're upgrading the van, you're exploring the wilderness, and living off the land type deal. I got access to the alpha this morning, so I played for a couple hours before we sat down to record. Man, I'm having such a good time. This game is really cozy. The first thing I thought, right, and I go into this knowing the expectation, but like immediate Firewatch energy of the visual style, and then of course it's a first-person game, so you're having that same, like, I'm picking up shit in first person. I have, it's very similar to Firewatch. That being said, it doesn't share the narrative beats, right? So if you're into it for like, oh, the walkie-talkie relationship, like, oh, I can't wait to see that. That's not something that's come up. It's very 99% the survival game portion. I don't even say the 1% story. I feel like you just go out and you do the damn thing. So, important note, in case the Firewatch got your goat, just know that's the thing. But yes, I got access to the alpha. I started playing this morning. You start the whole thing off by, you get your van, you pick your colors. You're like, what colors do I want? And then you're out in the wild. You're in the van, and you're like, all right, start driving. You get to this tutorial zone, which introduces you to like, hey, here's how you park the van. Here's how you set up camp. Have fun with that. And they're like, hey, pick a landmark and go there. You open the map and they will show you like, here's where the Firewatch tower is. Oh, the barricade's closed. How are we going to open it? You need a wrench. Okay, well, how do I get a wrench? You find this tower that's giving off a signal. And when you go there, it gives you the option to download blueprints. And the first one you get is just like simple tools. It gives you the recipe for a wrench and a hammer. And those are like your first initial set of tools. And as you progress, there's a lot of systems in this game, a lot of like moving parts that I think you at first feel like you could just I'm going to do one thing and then just not really worry about the others until I have to. And that's kind of what I did starting off, but everything matters for the next thing, right? So once you get out, you find litter, you put it in your bag, like, I don't know what I do with this. You find another signal tower, which gives you a brand new recipe for a recycler. That recycler gives you blueprint tickets, which when you find a new tower, which they'll be scattered all around the map, you will get a new blueprint. So you go on there, you're like, I want the one for the sickle. I want the one for the pickaxe so I can mine rocks. But the recycled items turn into those tickets so you can buy new blueprints. So it's one of those things you have to make sure you're doing all those things as you're going. New blueprint will equal new tool. It'll equal new asset that I can use for my van. So I get the recycler, I get a sawmill that'll turn lumber into planks. So everything revolving around you evolving your van or what you can build and what you can do to make resources is all kind of built around each other. So it's important to kind of do everything. Something I would love for them to add to this game is like a dash cam. So I could just see myself every time I stop the van, because I'm like, oh, I found 6 things of lumber. And it's just me getting out, pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up, pick it up. Oh, set the fire over here, and then, back in the van, drive another 10 feet to do it all over again, right? So like, I got in the habit of like, maybe I'll just walk around a bit. But like, it is so fun to explore and find things in this world. And so far I haven't discovered a lot of like, oh my God, look at this crazy secret. It's just, here's a new material. I didn't see this before. It's a rock. It's fibers to make fabric and stuff. It's not like you're finding crazy, yet. Finding crazy like alien technology or some shit. You're just finding new shit to add to your like resources. But then when you bring it back to the van, you open the whole campsite. So you have your tables, your cooking stations. There's collectibles. So you can find like little gnomes that are great. And I don't think I showed it, but like my license plate says Nomi. You get to pick your own license plate at the beginning. And then there's vending machines. So if you find bottle caps, you can use those to get little just doodads for your van. I currently have like 3 like little rubber ducks that I can put in there. One's like a scuba duck, one's just a regular like mallard. And just fun little like customizable things. I've thoroughly enjoyed in 2-3-ish hours just roaming the world and getting lost in what's in front of me. Where like my objective is to go over there and get that tower, go see what's at the tower, right? But then on the way there, I found the tree or I found a signal tower. So whatever. The van runs on a battery, so you have to charge it by like burning wood. I don't know. It's a bio engine or something. So you like put the wood in, converts it into energy to recharge your battery in the van. So I'll often be like, all right, I'll set this up. The sawmill's doing this. The recycler's doing this. The van's recharging itself. I'm going to walk over there. By the time I get back, everything should be reset. And I've picked up a bunch of new stuff. And it's even better because I'll just grab everything so I'm over encumbered and then just slowly march back to the van. I'm like, you'll be done by the time I get back. I'm coming. I'm on the way. But it's really cozy. There's no like hazards so far. There's some fall damage, which I learned the hard way. I didn't die, but I was climbing out of a treehouse and I for some reason couldn't grab the ladder, and I just like broke my ankles. But I was good. I would be hypocritical not to mention it because I always complained about it in Red Dead that there's like survival mechanics, right? Where it's like, oh, I got to eat or I got to smoke a cigarette or I got to do whatever to stay alive. So it is the case of like you have a stomach meter. As you walk around and grab berries, you got to eat those. You get a cooking station so you can make soups and teas. If your hunger goes down, you'll slowly lose health. Very Minecraft-like. Where you're just like, it just ticks down. Again, I don't know what fail state looks like. I wouldn't let myself die. I was like, eat the berries. But it's really fun to just discover stuff because right now I have a very basic van. I open the curtain. I have like 8 or 9 spots or something like that. You put like lamps or tools, equipment, and then there's like 6 spots in the van itself. But I just got the blueprint for my first upgrade, which will let me put stuff on the roof, but I need new equipment. And I think I've like deforested my one section where I'm like, I currently can't find lumber, so I have to find a new one. I found a new section of the world that has a new type of wood, but I need to get the level 2 axe to cut it. So I need to find a signal station that will allow me to get that recipe so I can upgrade it. It sounds tedious of like, I can't do thing until I do thing, but it's that checklist thing that I think people of like Stardew game or like people like that of, okay, so I know I need wood. So if I get the wood, I need to get the axe. To get the axe, I need to get this. To get here, I need to find the blueprint. And it's like down the list of, got it. I have my list. I'm going to do these things. And then, of course, along the way, I get lost by doing this one over here or this one over there. Few things I'm just thinking off like the top of my head. I would like a like quick map button while you're driving. It's just like M, but like I feel like a right click would be a great just like, okay, cool. Got it. I know where I'm going. Because it is kind of me stopping, opening the map. Got it. Now, and it's slow paced enough that it really doesn't matter, but I think it's just a nice quick little like fix my shit. Some of these signal towers will like reactivate after you use them. Like the third one I found like turned back on after I was leaving. There's like a tree house you start to explore. I'm looking around this tree house. I'm finding the items that I need. I go to leave. Here. And then it's just like, yeah, you climb up there. There's items. Sometimes there's resources and food. You see, like, I'm picking up the fiber here. This is where I found some of the gnomes, little collectibles. And it's a lot of just kind of walk around. I don't know how big the world in the alpha is compared to what the final product will be. I've already explored maybe 60% of what this map has, and I've gotten half of the objectives, so I need to see what like the end of the alpha looks like right now. You know, after coming off of Wanderstop last month, where it is, here's your objective, just kind of do whatever you got to do. It's not that open. It's not that just exist in your own pace, but it is the freedom of what do I want to do next. And then once I find what I want to do next, I find how do I accomplish that? Where do I get the blueprint? Where do I get this thing? I just got a new item, which is a research station, which wants me to find out how to upgrade the engine of my van, because now I found steep slopes and I want to go up a mountain, but my van can't handle it. So yeah, I have to find the resources to do the research. I think right now I need lumber. So once I get more wood, I could do the research, find out how to upgrade my engine, and then find the parts to upgrade my engine and then move to that new area. So it is a lot of building your own checklists, which I really enjoy. Game's pretty. Music's very pretty. It kind of kicks in just randomly, almost just one of those, like, it's kind of quiet. You're enjoying the serene, whatever's going on. Almost, I was ready to go to bed, man. I was sleepy. But there's days where it starts to rain, and my default white noise is like rain on a train car, where I'm just like, oh, this feels good. This feels good. And it's the pitter patter of the rain on the top of the van. You open the canopy and you hear it like trickling on the fabric. I'm like, it sounds so good. I'm enjoying this so much. So I'm so impressed with what this game is. I'm having such a fun time. It's usually one of those things I'm like, okay, I talked about in the podcast, like I could play more, I could wait for the full game, but like I would like to see this alpha through to the end and see if there's anything else that I'm like, I haven't seen yet that's important to note, but I'm having a blast. It's so cool.
Like the vibe it's giving is reminds me of Fruit Bus, where you're driving around in your van, occasionally making fruit salads.
Yeah.
And the graphics are beautiful.
Yes.
I love the tones of the colors.
Yes. Oh.
I'm very curious to see, like...
But yeah, like I said, there's so much of this interacts with this and this does this, and letting yourself kind of build your your own like mental system of how you want to do things, how you want to organize your van, how you want to use your time, because the day does tick by. There's a certain point in the night where it's like, hey, it's too late to drive. You just go to bed. You can go to bed early, but I think I go to bed at just when the game tells me to. I'm like, okay, I can't do anything else. But like, I think I went to I accidentally clicked on the bed at one point. It was like, you're gonna lose like minus 25 hunger. I'm like, oh. Is that just every time I go to sleep, or is that because I'm going to bed too early? So that might be the thing. I have the sewing machine now, so I'm ready to upgrade my backpack. I just need the fibers, and I'm in another part of the world, so I need to go back and get fibers so I can do that. Super chill, super cozy. I'm finding areas that are like cut off, or like, this is closed right now, but there's like a cave that's just like, uh-oh, rock slide, don't go in here. I'm like, I'll wait till I get in there. When I get in there, I'm gonna find some shit. I'm gonna find some stuff.
Also, this is gonna be multiplayer, which is really cool.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't think to mention that. I don't know anyone else who has the alpha, so I didn't even think to try the mode. But yeah, I want to see what that looks like. And once I remembered that was there, I'm like, oh, maybe I could get my dash cam thing, because I want to see what the characters look like. There is no identity. There's no characters. Your hands, right? You are that. So once you can have friends, I'm like, what does the character look like? Oh, look at you. Because there was no customization options for the character. It was just the van itself. And there was a dog. I'm like, where's the dog at? There was a dog in the intro cutscene where I was making the van. Okay. So where's the dog? So maybe we get a dog later.
Listen. I backed the project on Kickstarter, so when this comes out, we're playing this together.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. I'm ready. It looks so much fun. I'd love to see what building a world looks like in like co-op of like, because you're like build a settlement. Your settlement is your van. So like, I assume we both can adjust, like, oh, I'm going to put this here, I'm going to move this here and do whatever. Or like, do we both get a van? I don't really, like, could you go one way and I go the other? Do we, like, I have to assume it's one van, but again, I haven't played multiplayer, so I can't speak to it, but I like the idea of each having a van. You just see separate vans driving around the open world and doing things. That'd be fun.
And anyone passing by can just hear, like, because we're having such a good time.
Like I said, about 2.5, 3-ish hours I played. I've enjoyed exploring. I'm excited to see what else is out there. What other things the game's going to introduce for me. And then play the full game someday.